The approved Mass School Building Authority roofing project has been underway in Pembroke this summer. After months of town debates and discussions over funding, a vote passed last year to update and bring up to code all the roofs on Pembroke school buildings. The Assistant Superintendent, Erin Obie, gave PCN an update about all the progress and whether the construction will have an impact on the first day of school.
So the roof project is actually two separate projects for us. North Pembroke Elementary School and Pembroke Community Middle School are Project A. The high school in Hobbamuck are Project B. Each project has kind of a separate crew that covers it. So for Project A, the general contractor is Rogan Brothers, and the roofer is Silktown. And then for Project B, the general contractor is Greenwood, and they are also the roofing contractor. Here at North Pembroke, they're actually ahead of the schedule. Originally, the schedule was built off a 50-day summer schedule. We're about halfway through that schedule. There's a little more than 4 weeks left, and they are scheduled to be almost done here by the end of next week. Just finishing work after that. At the middle school, they are on schedule. At the middle school, there was much more internal work, so there was a lot of the seismic bracing that needed to happen for the building code. They've run into a little trouble there, just kind of maneuvering between some of the existing equipment in the spaces between the ceilings and whatnot, but they have overcome all of that and are now back on schedule. Hobbamuck is actually the uniquest roof that we had that was covered with the river rocks. They're actually still in the process of sucking them off. About 50% of that work is done. What's happening there is while they're vacuuming the rocks, the roofing contractor is coming behind them and roofing. So it's not necessarily holding them up, but if you were to drive by, you would see that they're still working on the rocks as well as roofing there. The high school has been pretty much on schedule. They're actually starting a part of the most interesting work. So when you drive up to the high school, you see that glass semicircle on the roof called the barrel vault. That has caused a lot of issues over the past few years for leakage for us. They're actually going to start taking it apart. So this project is all-encompassing. It is more than just slapping down a roof. Here at North, for example, there's close to $1 million worth of masonry work that needs to be done, with rebuilding of some brick facade on the roof, as well as some through-wall flashing that just during the renovation was kind of patched or kind of piecemeal put together, so it was maybe 2 or 3 different contractors working on the same section and not necessarily coherently. So all of those issues will be fixed as well. We have some extensive HVAC work happening. Obviously there's an economy of scale here, and so if they're going to be taking off all the ductwork, it's a good time to be putting back new ductwork. There's some gas work at the high school. There was actually a gas pipeline on the high school that was old, rusty, not anchored correctly. We're able to replace that during this project as well. So it's a lot more than just roofing. We've been really good about educating people about the problem. A leaky roof is something substantial, it's something you can kind of envision because everybody on their home has a roof. It's tangible to people. It's a concept that everyone kind of understands. We have a large constituency of parents that we don't necessarily mobilize that often, so I think once Frank and the school committee started to get the message out, people realized we don't do this often. We're not into the scare tactic of rallying people together, so they knew it was important. They listened. They were educated. They were able to educate others, and I think that word just spread that is the right time. Plus, 52% off is hard to pass up. So the MSBA is actually changing its focus in the future to technology. So not to sound dire, but it is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to get it at this rate. Either way, we're going to need new roofs, so now is the time for us. I have been here, this is my 5th year, and when I got here, everyone was telling me we needed new roofs then. And then we've had some really crazy winters with huge snow loads that have just kind of compounded the problem.